Good evening, I'm Mark Kiesling.
And I'm Julie Williams. In 1 week, Illinoisans will vote to decide who advances to November's general election.
But what happens to positions without a candidate in either party? News 3's Danny Valle went to Franklin County to find out. Danny, what did you learn?
Well, Mark, Julie, there's a lack of interest in local politics. It's evident on the Democratic side of the Franklin County ballot. But there are barely any Democrats running for precinct positions, and the county's Republican chairperson says the blame falls on the Democrats' national agenda.
I enjoy being around people and doing community services.
And James Curley has done it for 50 years, most as precinct committee person of Cave Township, and the last 12 as Franklin County's Republican Party chairman. These days, Curley says, there's a lack of interest in smaller political roles like his.
I try to talk people into running, and that's all I can do. You got to get involved to get help, you know.
The notable races like county sheriff or clerk are all filled on both sides for next week's primary. But what happens to positions without a candidate in either party? Well, the county and its precinct folks look for volunteers.
If I can get somebody that wants to work, you know, that's the problem, getting somebody that wants to volunteer and put in the time.
There's not a lot of those, are there?
No, sir.
More than likely, those volunteers would be Republican. Illinois has undergone a geographical party realignment the last 30 years. Mainstream Democrats, Curley says, are a big reason why local Democrats are disappearing from Republican-heavy areas. Curley says the Democrat agenda and messaging needs changing.
When we go to dictating teachers that they've got to start teaching sexuality to kindergarten and first graders, it's not right.
Curley says there needs to be more effort to reach across the aisle. It's the only way, he says, things will get done. It's a piece of advice given to him more than 50 years ago.
There's one thing to remember. He said you have to trade horses to survive. So that means that you got to get along with your neighbors and the other side to survive.
And it is worth noting there are no Democrats running in next week's primary for some of the bigger offices, like both of our Senate districts and 3 House districts. And we do have a lot of coverage for you to sift through as we near the primary election, 7 days away. You can find all the latest election updates. Just head to our website, WSILTV.com. On our main page, you can click on election results and a guide to the primary. You'll see area ballots and information on how and where to vote. Live in the studio, Danny Valle, News 3.